Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sig's Garage. The content for the day is going to be on a 2018 Chevrolet Tahoe. We're going to be replacing the transmission thermostat and installing a bypass. This applies to all the Gen 4 Chevrolets, but 2015 to 2020. So let's get started on the project.
That's what we're removing right here. So the piece that we're going to put in is going to go right here. This is the thermostatic valve for the transmission cooler that causes the problem. These are your transmission cooler lines, these metal lines, and they run up to, if you can see, it's probably covered up. It is, your radiator's covered up. They run up to your radiator, and I'm not going to uncover all this because we don't have to get up here. They run up to the radiator, so your cooler is in your radiator, unless I can see that you have a separate one. Now, there's some vehicles that have a separate cooler, and I'm not going to pull all the plastic off to even see. It's very possible, because you have the tow package on this vehicle. It's possible you have a separate cooler, but nonetheless, what we're dealing with is the thermostat valve. Back here, it goes there, okay? So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the thermostatic valve. And this is what I picked here. And this is a very popular item for Silverados, Tahoes, anything with the 6L80E transmission in them. Problem with the OE valve is it tends to stick, and typically they fail in the closed position. Open position would be that the fluid would continually go through the cooler. That would not be a bad thing. Closed position means you have no fluid going through the cooler, which then makes your transmission run very hot. Heat is the enemy of a transmission. So, especially if you're into towing or doing any hard four-wheeling or things like that, you can really heat your transmission up and result in failure. So, popular item is these bypass valves. The only thing they have I really like over here, they got a magnetic plug that you can pull out and examine for any particles, and that's a good thing. So it's easily accessible. There's like a 10 millimeter on it. And they recommend like every 10,000 miles pulling out and to see if you have any metallic items, any ferrous metal on the magnets. It's a good thing without draining your fluid all the way out of your pan, because there's a magnet in there also. But that's our content of the day. So we're going to start removing this valve. So what I've learned so far, this is the first one of these I've done. So we're all learning together, by the way, on the replacement. But you got a 10 millimeter bolt here that holds the lines into it, and you got a 13, and this is the head size, not the bolt size. So that's gonna be a 6, this is probably gonna be a 10. It's a 13 millimeter head on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this one here loose, and then I'll take the lines out of the clip to give me some play, and then I've already broke that bolt loose, the 10 millimeter head bolt loose. And we'll take this thermostatic valve out. Now we will lose some fluid, so you can prepare for that. And I'm gonna try my best not to make a big mess and get it all over everything, including myself. So with that said, let's get to work. Okay, so I've got the thermostatic valve removed, and of course in this end of it, this is where the spool is for the thermostatic valve, and you can't really see in here, but down here you can see where the valve goes back and forth. And like I say, it's strictly a thermostatic valve. but the failure rate on these is high. So it's just a real popular mod. And in fact, there are transmission remanufacturing companies that when they sell you a remanufactured transmission, they require you to put the bypass in to maintain the warranty, because they know this thing is a high failure rate. So that's what we're doing. This replacement looks like it's going to be straightforward. I've got 2 O-rings I'm going to remove and just inspect in a gasket, clean the surfaces up, and then we'll reinstall the bypass valve. So let's carry on.
Okay, I just want to show you the gauge package when we're done. You can see the temp gauge on the top right. Brought it down about 50 degrees. So hopefully this content and explanation helped you out in your project. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll be glad to answer them. Have a great day.
Done.